Alright, before I go in, I'm going to go ahead and equip Rosie with the ZMMP3. Look at all these other things I've unlocked, it's ridiculous. Anyway, let's do the mission.
We have an emergency on our hands. Princess Cordelia has been kidnapped by Federation operatives.
The armored vehicle carrying the princess is headed for the port at the southern end of the combat area. Spread out your soldiers and stop that vehicle. Your objective is to disable the vehicle's engine and rescue Princess Cordelia. Use rifles and machine guns to strike the vehicle's weak point and bring it to a stop. Explosive weapons like tank cannons, lances, and grenades are off limits. The risk to the princess is too great. Letting that car reach either of these 2 points will mean allowing their escape. We can't let that happen. We've also got word that Federation Special Forces have been sighted in the area. They'll be protecting the vehicle. They may be wearing Galleon uniforms, but they're real feds. Don't think twice about pulling those triggers. It's a dark night out there. You won't be able to get a visual on enemies past a certain distance. Stay sharp. So don't let the armored car explode or escape.
Your mission is to rescue Her Highness unharmed. Failure isn't an option on this one, soldiers.
They can't get to the harbor. We stop them here. Squad 7, move out!
To the harbor, full steam. The ship's waiting there to take us out of Galleon. Apologies for the cramped quarters, Your Highness. We'll have you comfortable soon.
Lieutenant, it's likely the ambassador has the princess with him inside that armored vehicle. Use firearms to stop it with minimal force, then recover the princess. Don't lose them. Tank shells, anti-tank lances, and grenades are off limits. You could harm the princess.
Understood, Captain.
Welks, even if we can't attack with it, the Edelweiss can still block their path. Yeah, on a narrow road like this, there's no room to slip past a tank in your way.
Sounds like a plan. Let's get the princess back safe.
Oh boy. We have a basic hint of where the enemy is. Here goes. Now this is one of those missions that's kind of an anticlimax because to get an A ranking you gotta do it the most efficient way possible. This doesn't have to be this hide and seek mission.
Let's do this thing.
We'll do what we can.
Enemy sighted.
I don't want this guy shooting me.
Here I come.
Man down, everybody be
And a Lancer can't do anything.
Target armored car sighted. Let's do this thing.
Wow, I almost died. Don't worry, it's fine. Not great, but we got this.
Let's do this thing.
That wasn't a lot. I mean, I still have a few turns, right? Oh, that costs all of the... That's a problem, because I can't do that, because I'll lose my turn. Damage boost, I could do that.
This is an order! Hurting them means us surviving. Be merciless!
It might have actually been better if I just kept attacking a bunch of turns in a row, so it all comes down to this, right?
Go down!
Alright, we're good. We're good.
Operation complete. Let's get Her Highness out of there.
Not quite enough to level up my scouts, but I am close. 1 or 2 more skirmishes and we're golden.
Your Highness, are you all right?
I am unharmed. Oh, good.
Being princess ain't all fancy dinners, huh? Gotta be hard carrying a whole country.
Can it, Rosie? That's the Princess of Gallia you're talking to.
No, it's quite all right. She speaks the truth. As scion of the Valkyria, it is my fate to live and die for Gallia's well-being.
Are you sure that isn't just your excuse, Your Highness?
What?
If you label the status quo fate, you can run from the responsibility of changing it.
You too, Welkin. Have a little respect here.
Every living thing in this world struggles to live and pass life on to a new generation. They use all the instincts and animal wisdom they can just to live that one day longer. That powerful animal will to live is... I think it's a beautiful part of nature. Your Highness may be descended from Valkyria, and that may carry a burden. The old ways and traditions you follow may be important to uphold. But I hope that you won't throw away the will to live your own life because of them.
That's enough, Welkin. Give it a rest.
Perhaps it is as you say, and I have been running from responsibility unknowingly. It is indeed mine to consider my life's role within the Valkyrian bloodline.
Your Highness.
I am most envious of your ability to speak your mind so frankly. But time enough remains to consider my role, by my own will. Thank you for your words, Lieutenant.
Not at all.
Wow, even a princess's gut'll wake up and say hi when it's empty.
I am.
Rumbling bellies are a clever bit of animal wisdom all humans share. Alicia, have we got anything to eat?
You bet. I brought some of the cinnamon rolls I baked this morning. Here you are, Your Highness. Thank you kindly. I have not had such bread before, but it is quite agreeable. I'm glad.
All right, let's get Her Highness back to the capital.
Alright, look at that. The award ceremony. And, of course, while this chapter is important for plot reasons, we save the princess, it's actually important for sort of meta gameplay reasons. And I think that becomes clear starting now. There it is. Our first trophy of the game.
Princess Cordelia returned, safe through the efforts of Militia Squad 7. Its leader, Welkin Gunther, was celebrated as rescuer to the nation's sovereign and awarded the prestigious Galleon Medal of Honor.
Lieutenant Welkin Gunther, step forward.
Yeah, it turns out this game has trophies after all. The PS3 version did not have PlayStation trophies, but it had medals, which were sort of in-game trophies. So here, your PlayStation trophies or your Steam achievements reflect the in-game trophies. But they are awarded by the princess. You are actually given awards that reflect as game trophies, which I find kind of clever.
Sir, for excellence in valor and deed, you are hereby awarded this honor.
I don't know if I necessarily like this character, but I love his voice.
Your Highness, please bestow the medal upon the young lieutenant.
Gladly. Congratulations, Lieutenant Gunther.
Thank you, Your Highness.
You know, now that I think about it, past the PS3 version, PS4 and Steam, they actually have one more medal than is available in the game, because it's the Platinum one.
Though I have yet to reach an answer, your question drives me still. To understand my responsibility as sovereign and as a single human life.
Your Highness.
Oh, and know that one tradition already lies sundered by my will. I had the cooks add cinnamon rolls to my daily breakfast.
Nice. It's good to be the king. Or the princess.
Alicia will be happy to hear it.
Lieutenant Gunther, you forget yourself.
Sir, my apologies.
With this, today's ceremonies are ended. Highness, would you grace us with a word?
Lieutenant Gunther, I hope your allegiance to Gallia stands firm evermore.
Yes, Princess.
Lieutenant Gunther, I am sorry. There is something more I have not told you. Please, be safe.
And then finally, Fears of a Patriot.
Welkin, I'm coming in.
Sure, it's open.
Ooh, is that it? Not bad, man. You sure made a name for yourself this time.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see where this is. I think through headquarters, but you can just check out your medals and see what they were awarded for. Again, you could easily do that in your PlayStation trophies or Steam achievements as well, but on PS3 that was not an option. It was in-game only.
It was pure luck I was there.
So have you seen the headlines? The ones that say nothing about the kidnapping? That reporter tells me Borg's the one pressuring the media into suppressing it.
But why suppress it?
I mean, do you want news going out that the Princess of Gallia was friggin' kidnapped?
If word got out about what happened, Gallia's relationship with the Federation would suffer.
I mean, like, it's in kind of poor taste, but I get it.
We've got our hands full fending off the Empire. We can't afford a war on two fronts. So he has the whole thing covered up. I'll bet he goes on acting like it never happened.
Wow.
Welkin, this hurts. It's painfully obvious how shaky Gallia's standing is. I know the world's history is an endless chain of big fish eating little fish. Both of us know the weak bow to the strong. It's history and it's nature. A minor nation like ours is an easy mark, even before you add the rift within our army. Welkin, no offense, but I hope nature's wrong this time.
I don't know what to tell you, Faldio.
Bit of an uncomfortable ending to such a
Chapter 10.
grand chapter.
Liberation of Thousand.
Liberation of Thousand. New chapter. New episode. There it is. Okay, so it's not through headquarters, but we now have the tab, D for decorations. Meeting certain conditions as you proceed through the game may earn you decorations. You can view any awards you've earned in the decorations tab. Open the menu and look at it. Or after meeting a set condition, you can go to the audience hall via headquarters. There it is, where Princess Cordelia will present them to you in person. Okay, so you go to headquarters to get them, and then you can go here to check them out. Audience hall, that's the thing in headquarters. Personnel, glossary, okay. Oh, right. Oh, Cordelia awaits. Was this to give me my medal, or was this for another medal? And I know at some point she gives your units upgrades to their weapons, which, or maybe it's like one unique weapon or something, which is randomized. It's pretty great. In fact, for that reason, I think I'll save before receiving my award in case it's a weapon. And I'll check out all my personnel stuff afterward. I might as well do the headquarters stuff first anyway. So, cemetery. I don't want to spend 6,500 XP because I'm close to leveling up the scouts, but I also want whatever I can get from here anyway. Alright, good. Nothing. We're safe for now. Castle Front Street.
Hey!
New information. Okay. Princess kidnapping foiled. Well, she's publishing it. A wall-exclusive scoop. Yeah. Early morning on the 23rd, Princess Cordelia was abducted and taken forcibly from the grounds of Castle Randgries. Subsequent investigation has shown the culprit was Federation Ambassador Townshend, in Gallia on an official visit. After a banquet at the castle, he forced the princess into an armored vehicle he had prepared and made for the port. Thankfully, his escape was thwarted by members of Squad 7 of the Galleon militia, who safely recovered Princess Cordelia in time. The Galleon government has declined to address this matter publicly, likely in an effort not to endanger relations with the Federation, while Gallia remains locked in combat with the Empire's forces. Can you imagine reading this newspaper? Just Squad 7 does it again and again. Militia Lieutenant decorated. Hey, I'm in the paper. Castle Randgries' audience hall saw an award ceremony on the 28th, in which Militia Officer Lieutenant Welkin Gunther, 22, was presented the prestigious Galleon Medal of Honor, given to those who have gone above and beyond the call of duty in service of Gallia's interests. The unicorn-emblazoned medal was presented by Princess Cordelia herself, who also graced the young soldier with wishes for his continued loyalty. After the ceremony, Gunther addressed the press, saying that he hopes to do right by this honor by becoming a better man and officer. Medal hung proudly around his neck. The Gunther family has the rare distinction of being among the first to receive this highest of awards, twice, in as many generations. That's freaking badass.
Da-da-da-da! I've got new material.
Do you now? Squad 7's R&R. That's pretty expensive, though.
Thanks a million.
Yeah, I'll be looking into that. So let's take care of standard business first. Any new personnel?
Hello. Oh,
Yup. Who do we have? Elise. So we have a new Lancer. And a Scout Hater. Okay. Claudia. An Engineer. City Kid and a Shut-In. Alright, that's it.
come back.
That'll update my personnel tab further once I leave. Training field, I'm gonna hold off, I'm sad to say.
Well,
Anything with R&D. Wow. Yup. Boy oh boy, we're gonna power up our book even more, aren't we? Machine guns, nothing. Lances, nothing. Sniper rifles, finally the hand grenades upgrade. Took forever. And you know it does. Well, there's only two more, I guess. I was gonna say it does keep going, but I guess not. Uniform upgrade. Those kind of keep going. Blast suits, armor upgrade. Yep. Anti-blast effect. I guess they're all anti-blast. And tank. Steel upgrade and reinforced barrel. Simple stat boosts, but here's where we put stuff on. But no, we're good. Sight upgrade, though. Accuracy increase, monocle sight. I'll hold off for now, but that... Whoa, that's a big deal. And that's it for money. Let's go to the audience hall, right? I could just do that.
How have you been, Your Highness?
Very well, Lieutenant Gunther. And all the better for seeing you again. I thank you again for the valor you showed in assisting me that night.
Not at all. I was just relieved to see you were unharmed, Highness. It wasn't until I saw my friends gawk at that medal that I realized how special it was.
You truly are a rare individual. It is the duty of a nation to acknowledge and reward the loyal deeds of its people. Medals and trinkets are the only form we have, but we ask that you wear them proudly.
Yes, ma'am. And thank you, Your Highness.
I hear your accomplishments do not end with that knight's bravery either. The stories of your accomplishments suggest I owe you a great deal more than that. Lieutenant Welkin Gunther, step forward. In honor of your manifold accomplishments, you are hereby awarded this honor.
Highness, it's an honor.
Oh, another medal. What have I done to deserve this? The Lance of Galleon. There you go. Yeah, I've done things that I couldn't be awarded until now. Crimson Heart.
May your allegiance to Galleon stand firm evermore.
Okay, so no weapons. But we could take a look at what those rewards entail. I had to do something to earn them. New episode, yeah, I paid for it. And a report, okay. And personnel tab. How are you going to talk to me about new episodes? Do we not get these? Whatever. So we could take a look at our decorations, see what I've done to earn this stuff. Galleon Medal of Honor, play the game. Lance of Galleon. Defeating an elite officer of the opposing army. So just defeat a leader. That's a freebie, pretty much. Crimson Heart. Oh yeah, a soldier wounded in the line of duty. Have one of your guys knocked down. I think there's actually... It's very frustrating. There's one medal for having a soldier killed, and there's another medal for beating the game without having anyone die. It's like, oh, come on. And, I mean, if I want to platinum the game, I could always transfer my save data back and forth between a flash drive, but to look at all the medals in your, I don't know, museum, then you gotta do it for real. So, let's take a look at that report. Why not?
Report. Squad 7's R&R.
A warrior's respite.
Figure this has got to be big if they put out an emergency call, right?
Oh, back into the field again? Militia ever heard of time off?
I'm sorry to have called you here so early. I had news for Squad 7 of a pressing nature. The higher-ups were watching, both during your recovery of the princess and elsewhere. In recognition of those accomplishments, you and I are being granted special leave.
Ooh!
That's great news.
Are you serious?
Music to my ears.
How wonderful.
There's more. We've been granted access to a stretch of shoreline owned by House Randgreaves.
House Randgreaves owns a stretch of shoreline?
In other words, our orders are to cut loose and relax on a posh private beach.
No way. That princess really knows how to up the morale, don't she?
The whole place to ourselves. Talk about luxury.
Hey, but what should I do? I don't own a swimsuit.
Then come on, let's go shopping. I'll pick out something nice for you.
Okay.
Wow, it's been years, huh? This should be fun, though, Ys.
Yes. Very.
We'll leave as soon as you're ready. You've earned this break. Enjoy it. Dismissed.
I love how this is just a formal way of saying, I have something I require of you. Have fun! Yeah, so no tricks, no action episode this time, it's just fun.
You can really tell this is a private beach. It's beautiful. The water's so blue. There's not many places this well preserved around anymore. Look at those white wings.
Hi, Welkin. This, swimsuit was Rosie's idea. Really, I tried to tell her no. I wasn't sure I could pull it off. What do you think? Do I look okay?
It's great, actually. Great.
You mean it?
Huh? Yeah. That is... You're as pretty as a white-winged gull.
I look like a seagull?
Yeah. Those wings are just gorgeous.
Okay, so... that was a compliment?
You bet it was. The white-winged gull is just about my favorite bird.
Okay. Then thanks, Welkin.
How pleasantly awkward.
Someone's taking this private beach thing a little too literally. It's already hot enough as it is.
Rosie!
Don't try to pretend. You picked the raciest suit just for the lieutenant. The nerve of some girls.
Rosie, you're the one who told me to get it.
Come
Okay,
on.
someone's going in the water.
Okay. Don't lose your top.
Hey! Hey, Welks.
Oh, Hayes, you having fun?
I am.
Been a while since we've come to the beach, hasn't it?
Yeah.
That reminds me. Weren't you afraid of the water, Ys? I remember you clinging to that floaty Porcavian. We tried to drag you out and you started bawling.
Welkin, I was barely a toddler then.
Right, sorry. You must be a great swimmer by now.
That's none of your business.
Wacky hijinks all around. Days forever gone.
Welks! Here goes, Welkin.
Ah!
Thud.
Mike?
And down goes the boss. Man, those kids got too much energy.
You're sounding like an old man, Largo.
What? I ain't that old.
What?
Oh, no? Then why did you just sound like my grandfather,
Yeah. You sure you don't want to go for a swim? I thought you liked that.
Nobody wants to see me running around in a skimpy suit like those kids. Not at my age.
Whatever you say, Granny. You're no better than I am, are you?
You haven't changed a bit since the day you enlisted. You still can't recognize a joke.
And you still got a mouth on you. Think I'd keel over if that changed.
Thank you for the lovely compliment.
Come to think of it, didn't we all go to the beach just after we enlisted?
Yes, we had a big seashell hunt competition. I don't think you found a single one.
I remember. Yeah, that was a wild time. Then Frederick winds up soaked to the bone.
Largo. No Frederick stories.
Oh. Hey. I'm sorry.
No. I should apologize. I'm going for a little walk.
Hell.
Well, there's some kind of history there. And now we have an awkward pair. I'm a poet, and I didn't even perceive that that was the case.
Ys, over here! Pass the ball over here!
Isara! Nail him! Go! Okay. Hans, did I hit you with that? I'm so sorry.
She nailed the pig.
All by yourself, huh? Why don't you go join them?
Nah, that's not my thing.
Mm-hmm. Always have to play it cool, huh?
So what, did your journalist duties call you to the beach, or are you just bored?
Got me there. If I'm spending a day at the beach, I'd rather be with my boyfriend.
Oh ho ho! You got yourself a boy, do ya? Color me jealous.
Right? But there's times when I feel envious of you all, too. I interviewed a good chunk of Gallia's army, but I didn't see any other units like yours. True comrades. The bond you guys have is really a cut above the rest. Now get over there already. They're all waiting for you.
Well, I could take pity on him. And it's not like chatting with an old married lady is any fun.
You're a piece of work.
All right, guys, make room for me.
Oh, a promising contender joins the fray. Rosie, think you could pair up with Isara?
Considering Rosie's personality, that is an awkward pair.
What? Sure, fine. Isara, pull your weight or you're swimming.
Okay, I'll do my best, Rosie.
All right, throw the ball, Isara.
Okay.
God, don't hit me with it! You're supposed to throw it that way!
Rosie, did I hit you with that? I'm so sorry.
She's either terrible with aim or uncanny with aim. That went better than I thought it would. Personnel updated, you're damn right. Let's take a look at personnel and glossary. Glossary, we have the Atlantic Federation, the product of an alliance among a large collective of West European democracies, known informally as the Federation. Popular uprisings spurred on by the late 18th century Industrial Revolution gave birth to a number of new democracies. The nascent empire, formed to the east, represented a common threat, motivating a mutual defense agreement among these infant republics. Though an elected head councillor acts as the Federation's chief executive, unanimous agreements are rare among the constituent republics, meaning it often takes months to enact measures. Though a series of secret alliances and gains won by extortion and blackmail put the Federation ahead of the Empire in terms of national power, they have yet to defeat them on the field of war. Galleon, Imperial, and Federation tanks. Galleon first. As part of a defensive force, Galleon tanks favor small, highly mobile units suited to Gallia's topography over heavy tanks focused on firepower. In EW1, the Galleon force used light tanks and foot soldiers to stop the Empire's invasion rather than squaring off against the attack-heavy Imperial tanks. After witnessing the Empire's fearsome armored corps, a group of Galleon engineers led by Professor Timer came together to develop a new kind of tank that could be mass-produced to check the Imperial force. Timer proposed the necessity of a line of tanks specialized in offensive power, but Galleon army leaders dismissed his ideas. Consequently, most of Gallia's tanks remained primarily defensive units. Imperial. Born in the late 19th century as a means to break the stalemate of trench combat, Europa's first tanks were Imperial in design and manufacture. The Empire's armored corps, I missed it the first time, but I'll make the FromSoft reference now, took to the field shortly after EW1 began as a force of extremely powerful, highly mobile tanks, easily tearing apart the Federation's defenses. In the medieval military philosophy of the Empire, the tank represented the new knight and stood at the army's core as it marched across the continent. Unable to stand up to the Empire's tank force directly, neighboring countries were left to develop small ambush tanks, which in turn led Imperial designers to build bigger and tougher juggernauts. In the tank technology race, the Empire has long remained one step ahead. And finally, the Federation. Partially due to barren arsenals and a lack of infrastructure in the Federation prior to EW1, the war saw the Empire secure a broad head start in the field of tank technology. To Federation forces centered around foot soldier tactics, the Imperial Armored Corps represented a new and terrifying form of warfare. By the end of EW1, the Federation military knew well the necessity for heavy tanks with large cannons, and the development of armored vehicles began in earnest. Unable to rival the Empire in technology or military prowess, they instead chose to exercise their economic superiority, building a force of tanks with middling capabilities, large enough to combat the Imperial force by sheer numbers. Nothing with weapons, I assume. Yeah. But personnel? Whoa. Okay. I mean, the main characters... Fair enough, all main characters. Are we not going to talk about the people I recruited? There we go. Okay. Welkin. A lover of nature since childhood, his free time was spent observing animal and plant life near his home. He is credited, we already got that. In secondary Didn't we already see this? Is it the change outfit? That's what it is. Okay. Got it. Okay, so I don't have to read anything new for these. Isara... I think we've seen this. The consistent prejudice she faced since childhood due to her dark-skinned blood has fostered not bitterness, but respect for the brother who always stood up for her. A natural tinkerer, her hobbies include collecting tools. The wrench set Welkin sends to celebrate her entrance to high school remains particularly dear to her. I think we've seen that. And then, yeah, the swimsuit. There's one more? Two more. Faldio. Born a Randgreaser, he personified Blythe... Oh, his military formal... Okay. Varot. We've seen this, so... Yeah, the military and the... We're not doing swimsuit. Alright. Not even hinting at it. Rosie. Her hobbies include cards, which she picked up while working her bar job. She often played Faldio, winning 10 games to his 5. Huh. And there's the swimsuit. Crace. The owner of a legendary sweet tooth, he adds 3 heaping tablespoons of sugar to his hot milk. Co-workers say he keeps chocolate hidden on him at all times. Leon. His insistence on testing everything he developed resulted in quality work and one instance of him accidentally driving a tank full bore into a civilian home. Damn. Hans. Most at home, nestled into a snug space, he often attempted to burrow his way into Isara's shawl or Alicia's scarf, much to the lady's displeasure. Cordelia. First time. Current heiress to the Randgrease line of archdukes who rule the nation. At the age of 16, she stands as figurehead of Gallia and scion of the Valkyria. Moritz von Borg. Marquis, head of House Borg and Prime Minister of Gallia, age 68. He currently acts as regent to the young Princess Cordelia, handling affairs in her stead. And George von Damon. He rose to his post as commander thanks to Borg's recommendation. Exceptionally proud of his noble birth, he considers the commoner militiamen disposable. Okay. Also, poor taste. Belgen. His friendship with Professor Timer was supposedly so close that even the typically taciturn Gunther talked up a storm when the two were together. Timer himself. Though the owner of an uncommon talent and author of several brilliant theses, his dark-skinned heritage prevented him from working at the major industrial firms. And then finally, Elise, 17. She was raised by her father, a fencing instructor to the nobility, who recommended she enlist as a way to harden her psyche. And Claudia, age 19. Her life as a homebody ended when a stray tank shell demolished her house. She now fights to win back that peaceful existence. And then finally, Ambassador. Jean Townshend, diplomat in the Federation's Foreign Ministry, age 45, appointed to lead the diplomatic mission to Gallia at an uncommonly young age. Cordelia's kidnapping was decided upon in secret by the Federation's High Council and enacted by Townshend and a cadre of elite operatives. Though his affable demeanor suggested a temperate personality, reports describe him as a perfectionist, willing to take any means necessary to achieve his aims. Those are my pages, so now I'm going to have to pump up my 2 new recruits and get their perks. But for now, it is time to stop the installment. Well, we certainly made a lot of progress today, didn't we? We caught up on a bunch of lore, upgraded our personnel, and even met the Princess of Gallia, who was then immediately kidnapped by the Federation. Fortunately, we managed to save her in probably one of the shortest missions in the entire game, if you know what to do. And boy, did we get rewarded for that. We got to chill on the beach, build up a bit of camaraderie, overall have a good time. Things are looking up. But the next chapter is called The Liberation of Thousands, so there's going to be work to do yet. Until next time, everyone.